Welcome to the session Business Information System and Decision Making. In this session, we are going to look into these contents. Decision making in management. So we'll be talking about what are decisions, what are the different types of decisions which are used in management, and how decisions are made with the help of information system, and how information systems will form the base of organizational decision making. So we will discuss in depth about the roles of information system in business and decision making. So let us start the session. In the last previous sessions, we have been discussing multiple things. So we will spend some time on understanding those concepts. Let us recall the concepts what we discussed. We have been, discussing till date information systems and information technology. Like we said, an information system is formed with the help of data, information, and then, knowledge or action. This was the levels of data what we discussed in the previous session. Now how that becomes an information system base. And then we also spent time on discussing the difference between information systems and information technology. While information system is more about the information and processing procedures and orientation, information technology was more about using hardware technologies for forming well-structured information system. We also discussed components of information system, like how data, network, people, software and hardware resources become the components of information system, and what was the role of each of these resources. And further we discussed about classification of information systems like operation support systems and management support systems, how information systems are classified based on day-to-day operations as operation support system, and the information system which helps managerial decision making as management support system. Now that is the continuation what we are going to take forward in this session. We also discussed about business intelligence. Now how data processed becomes information, and when business organizations make effort to put this data together and use it for decision making, how that business intelligence is going to be helpful. Now we discussed all these components, and today is the time to integrate all these discussions and understand how information systems, decision making and levels of managerial decision makings come together. Now, if you look at the next slide, in this diagram, you can see the evolution of information systems. Now, how would humans make decisions when there were no information systems? Particularly like the decision making being the psychological factor, you need to have right set of information to make a proper decision. Now when you look at this diagram, it's very clear, like around half a century ago, when information systems were taking shape, it was not so well organized like how today we have every bit of information on our fingertip. In 1950s, data processing started. And that was the time like a bit of electronic data processing systems fell in place, and transaction processing, record keeping, traditional accounting applications were formed. Between 1960s to 1970s, management reporting systems were formed. We see like MIS taking up shape there, which was helpful for managers to make decisions. And by 1970s, decision support systems were created. So decision support systems were useful, they were interactive, and they would enable a lot of information on their systems for managers in their decision making. And by 1980s, we see evolution of various types of strategic and end user support systems. We have end user computing systems, executive information systems, expert systems, strategic information systems. These information systems which were very useful for the top level managers, where they could make multiple types of decisions. And then we see like electronic business and commerce, the evolution around 1990s with the internet. So internet boosted activities around business. It connected business in multiple angles. So we need to understand from this diagram, as and when the information systems developed, the managerial applications of information systems also was increasing. It was expanding. Right from 1915 to 2000, what we saw the developments, we understood information system did not evolve overnight. It took a lot of time. With the technological advancements, information systems were also developing. And every time a business needed a different type of information system, it would just go back and create a particular decision-making structures, see how information systems can be created for business decision-making. And today what we see, the application of information system is mostly like in a very high level, where we use artificial intelligence and lot of other technologies which we have been discussing in our previous sessions. Now, where have you read this quote? Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Now, this is one of the disclaimer most of the motorist riders see on the rear view mirror or in the mirror. So, it is an indication like the objects may be very near, but they appear to be very far because of that, lens and other techniques. But that small projection of what is coming towards you or what is around you is an indication something is existing. The objects around the vehicle are real. Now that is what happened in case of information systems. It was approaching, but nobody ever knew how fast it would approach. It was evolving at one speed from 1950s to 2000, and from 2000 to 2010 it was at one speed, and after 2010 it accelerated like anything. And India being pioneers in information systems and IT, information technology, we were able to be forerunners or major players. We created so many types of softwares that the world today is, known. If you say like India, it is mostly like, okay, information technology and information systems are at highest level. So what developments we saw from 2020 to now, like in the last 4 years, this is again another surprising thing. So nobody ever imagined the speed at which the information was arriving and how it could cover all the areas of business or other sectors. Now, as and when business organizations developed, they understood capturing that data of business transactions or any information pertaining to business was important, and putting that in one place and creating a business intelligence would be most useful for them. That is what they did with the business intelligence creation. And that business intelligence started helping them out in multiple directions. And once the information was getting processed and disseminated, it was helping many people with making decisions. It became the knowledge base. Now, the business intelligence, what was created, was useful for variety of decisions in different situations. Now, if we talk about decision making is a process of systematically executing things in a planned manner. But in reality, decisions don't occur like that. Decisions are made in uncertainty. Let us say like, how am I going to spend my day today? If you do not have a plan, it's just like the day just goes on and you spend your time. But a proper information scheduled in the form of time intervals could become a schedule, something like this. And now you won't be spending your day just like that. Now, what was that in place when you look at this piece of, table or the record, which just has two columns. On the first column, you have time, and on the second column, you have the activity to be done. So this is a schedule which is going to be helpful for you to spend your whole day, which is plotting the number of activities. And that is what a business intelligence system was going to help you do. When the information was well organized and segregated and distributed to the respective, people, entities, departments, it would be helpful for them in many ways. Now, to understand that, let us get into the types of decisions. Now, what are the different types of decisions which are made? We have structured decisions, unstructured decisions, and semi-structured decisions. In structured decisions, it is mostly the routine and repetitive decisions that follow established processes and rules. The schedule, what we saw just now, is an example for structured decision. So, you may have day-to-day activities which are well planned and organized, or routine tasks. Those are called as structured decisions because they are already in frame. You know how much time it takes and what it takes to execute the work. Now, in semi-structured decisions, a mix of structured and unstructured elements are there. While parts of the decision may follow a clear process, others require judgment. Now, let us think like you are planning for the next 3 months of activities. It would be very difficult for you to tell every day, every, hour, what is going to be done. Now, in such a situation, you kind of know like a week's time frame, but you do not know the hour's time frame. So, you just put a weekly schedule. It is a kind of a situation where you know, but you know partly. The reason is there are still uncertainties. Now, such decisions are called as semi-structured decisions. So, you have a weekly plan, but you do not impose each hour's execution or plan inside it. The next one what we have is unstructured decisions. In unstructured decisions, we have complex decisions that require judgment, evaluation and insight because they involve unknown or uncertain factors. Now, in this case, when a situation is totally unknown or there are a lot of external factors which can influence your decision making, it would be very difficult to decide what would be the exact set of things you are going to execute. Uncertainty is high. In case of semi-structured decisions, it was partly known. So, uncertainty was moderate. But in case of unstructured decisions, it is like an unknown situation. Uncertainty is at the highest. In such a situation, to make proper decisions, you need a very precise data and you take long time. And the people involved in this might have impact on other decisions which are connected in their down hierarchies, especially in case of business. So, unstructured decisions are quite complex and made in high uncertainties. Now, with all these types of, decisions, we run business. In our business, we might have structured decisions, unstructured decisions, and semi-structured decisions. Let us just understand through this how, structured, semi-structured, and unstructured decisions occur in day-to-day business. Here we see like unstructured, semi-structured, and structured decisions are spread across various levels of management, which we are going to discuss very shortly. And unstructured decisions might be like, set of things which are the decisions done by the very top level, and semi-structured are done by the tactical level, and structured decisions are the ones which are done by the executive, layers of managers in their day-to-day situations. Now, whatever is the levels of managers, we need timely information. Now, information plays a crucial part in making decisions. Now, does this information have certain traits or qualities, or is there something called as good quality information? How would you define quality in terms of, good or excellent when we look at information? Now, in the diagram what we see three dimensions visible, while the other three sides are not visible. So, an information always might be something like that. But with the help of possible visible factors, we are still able to define certain qualities of information. So, those qualities could be the time dimensions, content dimensions, and the form dimensions. Now, when we say content, the information available should be accurate, relevant, and it should establish competitiveness, conciseness, scope, and performance. Similarly, when you see form, it should be clear, detailed, it should be in the order, and it should be presentable, and the media on which it is available should be easy to be understood, read, or processed. On the third dimension, we have time. When it comes to time, it should be like arriving on proper time, timeliness. We say like time is currency. So, it's very, very important to understand like it needs to be updated and it needs to have value. Time has the most, highest value. When the information is delivered on time, we say it has highest value. That's why it's termed as currency. Then frequency, how frequently the information should flow. And then the time period, like what is the information categorization, like was it a past data, present data, and the future data. Having understood all these three dimensions, we get to know that information coming on time with proper content and in proper form is most important. Else the information will lose its value. So organizations cannot create information on their own. Information is created from their day-to-day activities. And certain information needs to be created, processed and disseminated to make things happen or execute their day-to-day business operations. So there are multiple factors which enable the information creation. Having understood the importance of information, let's take an example and understand how information would be useful in decision making. In this particular case example what we are discussing, we can see that company executives, ideally everyone in the business, should have access to real-time information. So the whole corporation is moving to real-time, says MacGill, Director of Sales and Finance IT at Cisco. So when businesses are occurring in the real time, the information generated will also be in the real time. So if you look at this, third paragraph where I am highlighting, you can see like Cisco had to build deep hooks into its supply chain, which wasn't easy to develop. The firm has established agreements with its partners to receive point of sale data via internet and in some cases through electronic data interchange. Now, most of the data are batch processing and few partners will feed real-time point of sale data to the company. Like the example what we read just now, we understand information had to be real quick. Now, there was a period like batch processing was okay with organizations. Now, when the information needs to be dynamic and quick, you need to adapt to a technology where the information is very fast. So, today, the definition of very fast can be like at the fingertip. Like somebody wants to look at some data, the moment they click the device, it should be available. Or even before they click, you should give the information to them because we say information empowers decision. Now that is what is happening and the Cisco managers are trying to, streamline their batch processing system into their real-time systems. And you need to generate a dashboard which is visible. And these dashboards are the major things which are helpful for making decisions. The moment any managers are looking at the dashboard, they are able to look at the gathered information, well processed, and it just might be something like this. Let us just take the look at a few of the dashboards generated by the business intelligence systems. And there are multiple, tools and applications for this purpose. Infographics or visuals are used to project such images, which helps managers to make decisions. Now, as we understood, managers go through this situation in their day-to-day business activities. We also need to understand all managers do not require same amount of information. Especially in business, we have, levels of management where managers belong to certain cadres or grades. Based on that, the information authentication or accessibility is also decided. Now, if you look at the diagram, we see 3 layers of management. To start from the grassroots level or from the bottom up, we have operations level where business processes and operations are supported by day-to-day activities, and the frontline managers handle these tasks, and these are called as operational level managers. And in the mid layer, we have business support decision making, who are usually called as tactical level managers. Well, in all these layers, we may also have multiple layers of, bands or managerial cadres. At the top level, we have strategies for competitive advantage. So, managers at the highest level who will be playing a major role in making key decisions. Now, that was a very crisp image with a very short 3 layers managerial levels. So, we call operational level, tactical level and strategic level. Now, when we look into these managers within the 3 layers, they do different types of decisions. That is clear from this next picture. In this diagram, the operational level management is mostly involved in the structured decisions. So, the managers at the tactical level are doing decisions with part of information. And if you look at the top level managers, they are doing decisions, unstructured decisions, where most of the things are not known to them. Now, we understood it is not possible to have a same information system for everybody, and that is the reason we classify information systems based on the operations. Maybe if the operations are related to the floor level or day-to-day tasks, they go under operation support system. And if it is related to decision making, they fall under management support system. So, managers at various levels use different types of information systems. Or rather say, we need to create different types of information systems for different managerial levels. So, for operational level, you might use an information system which could help them in day-to-day decisions. And for mid-level managers, you might use information systems which are useful for half information available, but still they have to look at the data and make the decision. And for semi-structured, you give the overall picture. In unstructured decisions, managers might need historical data, present data, as well as the projected data, because they have to make complex decisions where many things are unknown. So, they have to make predictions also. So, they need to have all types of past, present and future data, information, intelligence, whatever we call. Now, having understood all these levels of managerial decisions, we need to understand how information systems are useful in business decision making. Now, to conclude this particular topic, we will see information systems are useful in decision making for all organizations. So, they enable, success, in leveraging success. They enrich your day-to-day applications and they bring order to chaos. Now, once an organization understands the importance of information which needs to be well organized and put in place and disseminated on time to the respective managers, they create a business information system. And every business can create their own information system structures based on their business operations. We have been taking multiple examples in the earlier discussions. Moving forward, we will take few repeated examples and we will add on new examples. Now, if we are trying to understand a business scenario where we talk about like bank, there might be absence of a manufacturing sector. So today, managers should be supported with a well-organized information system. Only then they would be able to make, decisions appropriate to that particular environment or situation. In the next session, we'll be talking about levels of management, managers, and what are the various departments or sections inside an organization, and how these information systems are created in that particular business systems. And we will be discussing this with an example so we understand how information systems vary from one business organization to other. Now, let us quickly look into some of the interesting facts. One of the interesting fact to notice is the number of hours managers spend time in meeting and sessions looking for information. And we also see other interesting fact where how databases help managers to make decisions. Now, how organizations are creating databases, what is the amount spent on creating that information systems to enable managers for decision making. Few references from this session. And before we conclude, let us take a quick review of session highlights. In today's session, we discussed about decisions, decision making in management, types of decisions by managers, and we discussed a recap of previous sessions. Further, we discussed role of information systems in business decision making, how information system, decision making and managers are related or connected. Thank you.